Widespread protests broke out across China. Citizens throughout the country took to the streets against China's ultra-strict zero-COVID policies. Anti-government demonstrations like these remain very rare in China. Here's a timeline of the unrest. The region around Apple's largest production plant, Foxconn, was ordered to a 7-day lockdown. Foxconn's dwindling stockpile of food and supplies provoked hundreds of workers to flee, with some walking upwards of 38 miles to avoid forced quarantine. In Guangzhou, China's textile production hub, residents clashed with personnel in white hazmat suits, breaking down barricades that sealed off neighborhoods. A fire in an apartment building killed 10 people in Urumqi. Reports from social media suggest COVID controls prevented residents from escaping and rescue workers from intervening. In protests against the mishandling of the fire, demonstrators chanted for the removal of Chinese President Xi Jinping. An anti-lockdown protest in Shanghai turned violent as hundreds of police pepper-sprayed and detained civilians. Crowds at Nanjing University held a vigil to mourn those lost in the Urumqi fire. At President Xi's alma mater, 2,000 people gathered in protest of overbearing COVID controls. A large group in Chengdu held up blank sheets of paper, symbolizing their defiance against the ruling party's censorship. In Wuhan, where the pandemic began 3 years ago, residents smashed through metal barricades, overturned COVID testing tents, and demanded an end to lockdowns. In the nation's capital of Beijing, security measures have increased dramatically in response to the ongoing protests. Reuters now reports that China could soon ease some COVID-19 measures as early as this week. Officials there could end COVID testing requirements for public spaces and could begin to ease strict lockdown rules.